What's up, man? We chilling tonight. Hey. I need to feel tonight, man. Hey, man, where my radio, man? Yeah. I need you to turn that up. Jamming tonight. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah. Yeah. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio.
Pull the way up like we in a club. Fly flashy, grown classy, so turn to the dub. Saturday mornings, no walk of shame, we fresh up. 950 lounge, that's my guilty pleasure. I don't miss my favorite show, I put everything on hold. Work the baby, even the babysitter know. When 950 come on, don't bother. I'm locked in 10 to 1, no problem.
Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio. Yeah. Turn on the radio. You and I turn on the radio.
We continue the journey on with a young lady. You just heard her song. We were all bouncing in. I know you was bouncing out there too. I seen some of y'all do my phone bouncing. But she's from Virginia. She was in town. And I must say this, and I'm going to say this on the mic. When I did speak to her a few weeks back, I had no intention of doing a show today. It's because of her we did this show today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 9 Feet Lounge, a super talented Novacane. What's going on, darling?
You paid it? So wait, so it's your fault I'm here right now?
It's her fault.
It's your fault I had to get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning with the mean headache?
It's a fault, it's a blessing. It's a
So
blessing.
it's your fault I had to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning with the mean headache?
Oh, you mad as a mug.
This is why you made me come
Yeah, he mad as a mug.
I'm mad as a mug. Ooh.
The hell with the ooh, we just mad.
Novacane from VA and had reached out. I'm gonna be in New York, and I said, no, we don't do holiday. But then since you was off for 3 months, I figured you didn't have a problem with it. So
So work's back in too, right?
hey, there you go.
right.
Welcome to the show, Don. Thanks again for coming. Virginia, it's got a style you're on. I know you record in Baltimore, but talk about the sound that you developed. Kind of unique. I know you spent some time in New York, but talk about that sound you've cultivated to be the Novacane sound. Give us some info on that.
So initially, a lot of people that are familiar with my music know that I started out singing first. I did like musicals in school and stuff. I sang in my church choir. But at a certain point, I realized that, you know, my vocals weren't really where I wanted them to be to compete with, you know, the artists that are in the, you know, in that lane right now.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not even gonna play myself. So I dabbled and dabbled with the rap for a little bit, and I was like, yo, I'm actually pretty dope at rapping.
Right.
So I kept on rapping, and I just was like, yo, I have a talent for bars. So I just, you know, I stuck with it. Occasionally, you know, I continued to sing on my hooks because I still had a passion to sing.
Right.
Even though my vocals weren't where I wanted them to be completely.
But it flows with the rap.
Right. They're good enough for the hooks, you know what I mean? So I stuck with that. And then, you know, every time I would put something out, I would say to myself, you know, this is okay, but you can do better. And so that was just something that I lived by continuously. I just kept telling myself every time, like, level up, level up, level up. And until, you know, like the song that you just heard, Oh Well, that's like one of the most recent songs that I recorded, and I think it's one of the better songs that I've recorded.
Right. Did you ever practice like on Saturday? Where's the bacon? You know.
I hope not like that.
Oh, Nelson?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait.
Mama.
Kev?
Well, yeah,
Kev, we have to tell it now. We haven't
You go up and come down.
We didn't
We went
say
2 hours and 20 minutes without making an announcement.
We didn't
Kev.
say it to Delvon or to Ghost.
So we gotta
But
say it now.
my brother, while he's a nice guy, he's my older brother. He's a nice guy, beautiful person.
Here
He
we
has
go.
he has a sickness called Black Tourette's.
Tourette's.
Hey, no black Tourette.
And it's been copyrighted, ladies and gentlemen, so don't anybody try to put no
Oh,
Black
it's
Tourette's.
copyrighted
I've been working
No,
this
but
summer.
like,
I
like
just
where
asked.
the bacon comes from, like, bro, what are
She
you
said
talking
she
about?
So he might just say rib tips out of
She
these.
said she had problems at time hitting that high note,
So
so,
what- so you
you
can-
practice.
So bacon?
So bacon? Ed, if you was
Ladies
here,
and
Ed,
gentlemen, this is a PSA. If you're having a problem reaching high notes, just say bacon.
We know you got a fascination with
food, but you really going in today,
really
bro.
going in.
Yeah.
She's not a slab of bacon. She's a woman.
Ooh, bird. You know what I'm saying? You go up and come down.
So
I got a song called Go Up.
We were
Go up?
talking
Yeah,
about
okay.
your vocals and how you felt like, the singing, but it just wasn't to the level that you felt you had to be. So you added the rap piece. Now, again, for those who are listening on radio, and go visit Novacane's pages, but you're a very attractive woman.
Thank you.
From a standpoint, was people frowning on the fact that you wanted to rap?
I don't think that people were frowning on it, but considering the fact that for a lot of the time I was working by myself, going to the studio by myself, which is run predominantly by men, they didn't really take me that serious. But that wasn't a problem for me because I just didn't pay it any mind. But I mean, that was really my only issue ever. It was just like, they were like, oh, she's dope, but she's still bad. So it's like,
If you would wore that army fatigue, I would have took you serious.
You never know
She's
these days.
medieval. She
There's
got
muscle under
guns.
this fatigue. Don't
That's
get it
right.
twisted.
And she's from Virginia.
That's right.
The
That's
Commonwealth. They
The
can
gun
carry.
state.
That's right.
Now, you have a unique journey. I know when we talked offline, I have a unique journey to how you started and then you had some things that maybe made you stop, but then you came back. Talk about the comeback. Not necessarily that you want to go into the journey, but the comeback of how you do all of the things you went through with some named people that will remain nameless unless you want to name them. But how did you get back and say, you know what, I'm going to do this no matter who's with me or who's not?
I mean, it's always been my journey from the beginning. So it never really mattered who was with me or who wasn't. It was a benefit if I could, recruit some people that could help me reach my success, because I'm not a selfish person. You know what I mean? I don't think that I can reach the level of success that I want to reach completely by myself.
Right.
I know that it takes a team.
Right.
So, I was always willing to work with other people, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna go hard for you like you're gonna go hard for yourself.
Exactly.
And so when I saw that people weren't giving me what I was giving myself, then it was really no point to stay in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it was always gonna keep continuing to, move forward. So
Without question. We're talking to Novacane. Where'd you get the name Novacane? You just numbing people?
I
You
mean,
was knocking people out with
That
the
would have been the
muscles.
question to answer about the sex name.
so
Well, we're not
the
done
sex
yet.
name.
Don't worry, He's Black Tourette's. Remember, Black Tourette's.
Okay. They have medicine for that,
No, there's no cure.
Honestly, a lot of people that follow my work know that I used to go by Fendi. And then I used to go by Fendi Novacane, and then I just dropped the Fendi and went to Novacane, because there's some conflict of interest with the brand, and I didn't, I know, me being me, knowing that I'm gonna reach a certain success at some point in time, I don't wanna have to go battle to battle, toe to toe with Fendi, the brand. So I was like, that's not gonna work. But Novacane was actually inspired by Frank Ocean's song Novacane.
Novacane, yeah, I was going to ask that. Yeah, baby.
So, honestly, I when that song came out, that song was on a repeat. I mean, I played that song all the time, and Swim Good too. I love that song too. So the thing about Novacane was I felt like he was talking about me in that song.
He was prophesying to you.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you went to a
a
con, you be saying, girl, that's about me.
Yeah. I mean, not to the girl, but the guy that I might be dating, if you want to know a little bit more about me, just listen to Frank Ocean Novacane.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that was really getting played in Virginia a lot.
So, I mean, but no, that's really what inspired it. And, I thought it was dope. I think as an artist, music is supposed to uplift people, or, if you're going through something, it kind of takes your attention away or numbs the pain. You know what I'm saying? I think that my music does that for people. So Novacane. And then it's a benefit that the first part of Novacane is Nova, which stands for Northern Virginia, which is where I spent a lot of my time growing up. So
That's over Rodeo's head,
just
what you just hit him with. So
So now, wait.
I like Nova.
You don't have that sound, though.
After she explained the Novocaine, I like that, because Novocaine does knock people out.
Yeah.
Now, let's get some Novacane.
Now you know, but you don't got that DMV sound, as I like to say. You don't. You have
Take that as a compliment.
a more New York sound, if anything, because of the way you have your bars and the way you can speed up and slow down. It's not a DMV type of way. DMV's more that house, or you see, somewhat more of a bass-centric sound, where
Right.
you're more of a bars. What do you find, or who do you compliment? Like, who do you look up to at this point right now in the game and say, you know what, I'm trying to get to where they are, if not better?
Okay, so I spent some time in New York. I lived out here for like almost 5 years, between Mount Vernon, the Bronx, and Harlem. So
Mount Vernon,
I'll
stand
say
up.
that, you know, some of that rubbed off on me. And I liked it, you know, I liked the little, I had my own swag, but we all know that New York is a fashionable place, you know, they set trends, and, you know, a little bit of that swag rubbed off on me, so, you know what I'm saying?
All I do is
Novacane.
That
There you
just
go.
put the icing on the cake, but,
Right.
you know, I don't know, I just kind of developed my own style. I try not to really sound like anyone, but
Right.
a lot of times, you know, when I hear certain beats, I'll try to channel into a dope rapper like Big Sean, or like Drake, or like Kanye, or Travis Scott, and those are like rap icons, I think.
The old Kanye, right?
The old, listen, don't get me wrong. I love the old Kanye. We all love old Kanye, but at the same time, the new Kanye is still dope.
Huh?
I think he's dope. I'm sorry. He's original. You know, he's doing his own thing. It's,
Yeah, he's doing his own thing.
He's
all
on his
right.
own thing, all right. He's on his own planet sometimes too.
I mean, I like it.
I ain't got no problem with Kanye. He's always welcome on these mics.
I like the new Kanye, but I miss the old Kanye too.
We're gonna take a
Yo, can I get it in the morning? Every Saturday I be up, know your name. 950 lounge on